Hello YouTubers, Tommy here from Overland Transportation System. I'm going to begin a new video series building a layout. I've been kicking around the idea of putting up another layout for a little better than a year now. I've moved into a new location and I had other things that were more pressing than getting back into a layout. But now with the stay-at-home with the COVA, I've got time here to work on these other projects, and so I'm going to begin the layout now. The layout that I propose to build is going to be a shelf layout, 20 inches wide. It's going to go 3 walls around the room, and let me give you an idea of the sketch that I used any rail to make this layout. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So as I said, I used any rail to make this layout, and I'll show you the room. This one wall over here is 11'8". I've got a long wall across the front, which is an offset wall of windows that looks like a giant bay window from the outside of the home, and that is 16'8". And the little short wall over here is 5'6". Half of this is a 6-foot sliding glass door. The other half of the 6-foot door has to be a 30-inch walkway, an aisleway, around the perimeter or in front of this layout. This area here is a proposed area for possibly an N-scale island layout. This shelf is planned to be HO. My whole life I've been into N-scale, but the past year I've joined the Ocala Model Railroaders, and I've been introduced and got the bite from HO. So I'm thinking about going dual-breasted, and I really like the idea of the HO shelf layouts. I like the detail in the HO and the scenery and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to do with the outside of this wall. Now let me turn this off and go show you the room. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, this wall right here, that will be this right here. The bay window is this long area here, and this little piece is half of that 6-foot opening, and here is where I have to have the 30-inch walkway. I plan to use the Rubbermaid wall bracket system. I am a fairly short stature man. I'm 5 foot tall, and so I have to be very mindful of the height of my layout and also my reach into it. I can only reach in comfortably about 18 inches, and toying around with some measurements, it looks like right around 50 inches high is where I really want to be my max. I can go a little higher than that, you know, with foam and the track and whatnot, but right around 50 is where we want to be. And what I've done is I've taken a stick, I've measured it 50 inches, I've gone around the room and I've put a pencil mark at 50, and I took an awl, punched a hole at that mark, took my drill, drilled a pilot hole, and then I've used Torx head screws, which they are 9 by 2s, and they go about 1.25 inches into the wall, so they should hold really well. My brackets that goes on there, they are 16 inches long. The shelf is going to be 20. I plan to use 1 by 3s and either 3/8 plywood on top of it, of a 1 by 3 box, we'll call it, or I might go with hardboard and make like a torsion box type of a thing. Okay, hang on a second. We're going to turn the camera around. Okay, we've taken a walk out into my work area out in the carport and give you an idea of the wood that I plan to use for each of these boxes that we spoke of. This, like I said, the framework is going to be 20 by 48, and so I've got my two length pieces. I've got two end pieces, 18, and I've drilled some holes in the center, 5/8 holes for the wire to pass through. I've got four 2 5/8 inch long 2x4 blocks to reinforce the corners, and what I'm going to use to put it together is number 8s by 1.25" Torx heads. I've chamfered each of the holes so they countersink nice and easy. I'm going to deck this with it looks 5/8, or I'm sorry, 1/2 inch plywood. And let me turn this off, build a box, and come back to you. Alrighty, bye-bye. Okay, I'm back to you. I wanted to show you step by step the process. I don't have a tripod, so I can't film me actually doing this, but I showed you the pieces pre-cut. Now you're seeing them with some measurements on them. This is the two end pieces. They have holes drilled 2 inches in from the end, 5/8 from each edge center. There's the 2x4 block. That's 2 5/8 long, so that makes this height here. Now I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to attach the two long pieces. Okay, we're back again. Now I've attached just one of the long side pieces to the end, and again, these holes are drilled 1.25" in from the end, 5/8 down center, top and bottom, and that goes into that 2x4 reinforced corner. The drill bit that I'm using is a 3/32. Okay, so there it is. There's the box. Got the center support halfway down, 3 holes in that for the wire to run through. Solid ends, 2x4 reinforcements in the corners, Torx head screws rather. I'm going to bring it inside. I'm going to pop it up on the layout, and next thing to do is to use the carriage bolts to tie them together end to end. Okay, catch you later. Okay, we're back inside. I've got the wood in place, got it C-clamped, labeled where it has to go. I've made some measurements of where I need a couple bolts to go through to hook these two together, and what I'm going to be using is going to be 5/16 by 2, and I'm going to be drilling it with a 5/16 bolt. Let me do that, and we'll be back and show it to you. Okay, we're back, and I've got the module section all mounted in, and let's go over some of the details. We used the 5/16 bolts, like I said, with a 5/16 screw. We made those measurements 5 inches in from the edge, and 1.5" down or up, whatever, in the center, 1 5/8. And those bolts are 2 inches long. As you can see, it is a very nice fit. It's a nice snug fit using the 5/16 drill. I changed the brackets. In the previous video I had said that they were 16. I swapped them out to 20. I needed to support this front edge, and how I did that was I took a 2x2 block 2.5 inches long, and I offset it from the bracket so that I could put the screws in. The front screw is offset from the center of the support, and let's see if we can zero it in. Where are we? Here we are. If we can get this to clear up. Well, that doesn't look like it's going to clear up. But anyway, the same screws I've been using to put it together went through the center of the bracket, and it's nice and strong. So we've got 3 sections mounted together here now, and if I ever have to take it apart, besides the track plan on top, I've labeled the modules so I know where to go. A goes to AB, AB goes BC, BC will go to C. All right, so my next move now is to start coming down the long wall. Also, when I first introduced this, I said I was thinking about a center island for N. Well, I've reconsidered to go on a double deck. This lower HO is 20 inches wide, and the 16s that I had here on the bottom, so I've swapped them out to 20 for the support. I've put the 16s up on top, and now I think I'm going to follow about the same footprint around the room with the N scale. I'll run the N all the way around the top, and where the HO will end over here in this corner, halfway to this door, I will take and build some freestanding modules that will come on an angle from this location down through the center of the room where that table is. And that will give me a nice big long sort of U-shape N-scale layout rather than just on island here. This N-scale layout that I have here, if you're probably wondering about it on the first installment of this series here. This is on 2 interior doors, 7-foot doors put into an L shape, and this runs 2 trains. Runs each train has 2 routes that it can take, and it has folding legs. This is all foam on top of the 2 doors, and 2 people can take this whole layout and turn it up on edge and carry it away. This will either be dismantled and stripped for parts, or I will sell it. I was thinking originally possibly I would try to expand it, but I don't want to do that anymore, since I want to go with the upper deck and bring that right on around and down in through here. It'll make for a nice long run, and I'll have to decide real quickly here now what I'm going to actually do with this layout. Alrighty, so I'm going to wrap this up, and my next installment will be when I have some more modules laid around the room, this whole room cleaned up a whole bit, and we'll see where we go from here. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.